Stitchy friends, welcome to the Starlight Stitching Co. Flosstube video number 42. Hi friends, it's been quite a while since I've had a chance to visit with you and share with you what I've been working on. Yeah, there's just been a lot of life happening and sometimes it's hard to squeeze in a video. And then it goes on so long that I can't remember what it is that I've worked on and it takes a while to put everything together. So I hope that you enjoy this jam-packed video. I have previous finishes. I have FFOs, I have whips, I have two new Starlight Stitching Co. patterns that I want to share with you today, as well as loads of haul, and we've got some yarny crafts and a little bit of quilting at the end and a bit of a shop update. So this might be a little bit of a longer video. Welcome. If you are new here, my name is Amanda Corbett. I'm the creator behind Starlight Stitching Co. And I like to just pop on here and share with you what I've been working on the last while. Welcome back. If you're returning, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to spend with me. I greatly appreciate it. Let's dive in with some previous finishes. First, I want to share with you from my birdhouse series. This is the November birdhouse pattern. It features a sweet little aqua gourd house with lots of pumpkins and leaves and fall colors and a sweet little quilt hanging from the window. Absolutely love it. But it's not November anymore, is it? Now it is December, and this is the December birdhouse. This sweet little house is all decked out for Christmas with candy cane poles on either sides of the doorway opening and lights around all of the windows and the edge of the roof. There's a stack of presents, a beautiful Christmas tree, candles in each of the windows, a little candy cane light pole off to the side, and Santa and his sleigh are stopping on the roof to deliver presents. I guess this little birdie's been on the nice list. So these patterns are available in my shop as PDF download, and I have a pattern for all 12 months. I still haven't stitched all the models for all 12 months, but the patterns are there. Just some of them are in a digitally stitched photo. I hope to get that corrected soon. Let's go with another one of my charts. This is called Snowman's Christmas. And this sweet little snowman and his friends are decorating their Christmas tree in a snowy field. And then we've got the border with the snowflakes. And it just looks like a sweet little postcard picture. This is finished in one of Chantel's boards. I don't remember what it is called. I will try to find it and link it below in the video. But this pattern is available as PDF download as well. Now on to other designers' finishes. Here we have the Cookie Exchange. This is from Hands On Design. So many sweet little details in here. And this I finished on I don't know, some sort of sign that I got from Hobby Lobby. Oh no! I have to glue my little gingerbread man back on. My little gingerbread man fell off my bow. I'll have to fix that. And one more Christmassy finish. I shared this earlier this year. This is the, I think she calls it the Christmas Village Drum by Giulia, Punti, Antichi. Now, I believe right now this is a class-only project. So the only way you can get her pattern right now is if you sign up for one of her classes that teach this. But hopefully she'll have the pattern available for purchase sometime soon, because it is so sweet. Pretty little drum with the pins on top. And I love it. So let me pause and put these previous finishes away, and then we'll talk about some FFOs. Okay, now I have all of my previous finishes put back where they belong. I want to share some fully finished objects. So these are items that I have finished stitching and finished into something for display. First up is the Autumn Quaker pillow. I had sewn the pillow up and shared it in the last video, but I hadn't added the trim to it yet. So now it is officially, completely, totally done. And to sew up the back, I did do a blind stitch, but I also did like a large cross stitch, something that's visible that you can see, just as a fun little detail. But this sweet little pillow stitched up in no time, and it's one more whip off of the list. I don't remember the linen I used. Maybe it was cream and sugar linen. It looks like it's probably a 32 count. And I know I used some spiced cider floss from Southern Fried Floss to stitch this. But I do have all of the details on my Instagram where I shared this. So cute. And it can get tucked away with my fall decorations now to be safe and sound for later. Next up, I have Autumn Folk. So I shared last time that I was close to being finished with this stitch, but since that was all the way back at the end of October before Halloween, I have since fully finished it onto the board from Chantel's 141 Design Company. I keep bumping the magnets. So I stained the board. Sorry, it's gonna bother me if it's not straight. With some wood stain. I think it was a special walnut wood stain. It's whatever my husband had in the wood shop because I did not want to go to the store and buy anything. And I just finished the top with some twine wrapped around and tied into a bow. And here is the finished stitch. She is so pretty. I just looked in my stash for a coordinating fabric. Something that didn't draw too much attention away, but also was a little bit more than a solid. And I absolutely love it. I love the simple twine bow at the top because then I don't have to switch anything out for the different holidays. I mean, I suppose if I wanted to, I could tuck something in behind it that's seasonal, but these days, simple is best. I don't know why, but sometimes I seem to have just a hard time keeping on top of all the things. Okay. Next up on full finishes, I want to share with you the latest issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher is out. There are lots of cute charts. I've seen at least one person on YouTube doing a flip through of it, so maybe search for that if you want to see the charts that are in here. Loads of pretty ones. The one I want to share with you today from the magazine is the Merry Christmas to All chart that I designed for the magazine. It's a sweet little ornament me a second and I'll tell you the stitch count. Stitch count is 68 by 93, and the finished size is 3.5 by 4.5 inches, and that's stitched on a 20 count affogato fabric, all with 1 strand of DMC. And it is finished with some Lady Dot Creates chenille trim. I have no idea what color it is. It came in like a finishing pack or something. And then I added a ribbon and a sweet little jingle bell onto the back. Just some scrap quilt fabric. And we have this sweet little ornament. I love it, and I hope you do too. If you'd like to stitch it, go and see about getting a Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. There is an option to sign up for a digital subscription. So you can just download the patterns that you like, or yeah, I think that, not download individual patterns, but you can view the catalog and then print off which patterns that you like, and instead of having to go find a hard copy of the magazine. And then I have one more new design that I would like to share with you that I am incredibly proud of. Stray threads everywhere all the time. It never ends. So this is the Whimsy Christmas Biscornu. It is a brand new Starlight Stitching Co. design, and it's available in PDF format on my website. I just did a test print on my printer to see that everything was laid out how I liked it, and so this isn't printed on very good paper. But here is the finished Biscornu. So we have Christmas trees, some whimsical aqua Christmas trees, and there is a little bit of pattern in there. Stacks of Christmas presents, holly. Around the edge you have these little cross stitches and dots. On the bottom we have snowflakes and candy canes and holly. And then we have stitched the words Merry Christmas. And I absolutely love how this sweet little thing turned out. If you haven't finished a Biscornu before, it looks intimidating, but it really is actually quite simple. And included in the pattern, I have some written instructions for how to finish, as well as a link to an exclusive video tutorial that shows you step by step how I go about finishing it into this sweet little Biscornu shape. I just love it, and I hope you enjoy it too. So now let me pause and shift things around, and we will talk about some whips. All right, I've had a chance to readjust a little bit. I do have a couple of stitched finishes that I want to share with you. They are not fully finished, just stitched. So many of you know that the Jingle Ball is happening this weekend, which is kind of like an online virtual retreat. I signed up for 4 of the classes, 3 of them initially, and then one of them it was more of like a FOMO situation. So we have the Winter Woodland Star Pillow. I definitely knew I wanted to attend this class and learn how Liz Mathews finished this beautiful stitching into a star pillow. Let's see, what fabric did I use? Did I write it down? I most certainly did not. Maybe I wrote it down on this one. 32 count raw Belfast linen from Zweigart. And I used all of the called for DMC. And here is my stitched finish. So I probably won't be able to be live on the Jingle Ball class, but I am looking forward to finishing this. The next one is the Midwinter Morn Wall Tart by Beth Twist from Heartstring Samplery. This one I ordered the partial kit for finishing, and I stitched this on a 16 count aida. It's called Sugar Plum, and this was included in last year's Tiger Lily Advent box. So I don't know if you can get this color now or not, but I will link the dyer. I don't recall, maybe it was Forbidden Fiber Co. I don't know. I'll have to look, but I will list it in the description box below. And even if you can't get this color, maybe you can get some other beautiful fabric from that shop. And then I used most of the called for DMC. Hold please, let me look. I think I might have changed one of the colors. I don't know. But here is the stitched finish, pressed and ready to go for class. I love how soft and pretty it looks on this pink. So those are all of the stitched finishes that I have. Now we can go on to whips. The next Jingle Ball class that I signed up for is the Tiny Modernist Gingerbread House because it's adorable. And I'm stitching this on that same 32 count raw Zweigart linen. Here's my piece. But all I have done is the white for the front of the house and then the start of the side of the house. I was trying to be economical with the fabric, so I turned it. I don't know if that's really gonna help matters anyway. Hanging thread, needle stuck in the fabric. That's how we roll around here. So obviously, since the Jingle Ball starts tonight, I won't have that finished and ready to go, but maybe I'll be stitching on it later. We'll see. I don't know if I'll be able to hop online a whole bunch or not. We'll have to wait and see. Next up, what is in here? That's not a whip. Don't know why I have that bag here. The next whip I have is the Winter Folk by Hands On Design. This is a stitch along with the Sarah W at Handmade by Sarah W and Sarah's Stitchery, also known as Stitchy Sarah Reads on Instagram. They are hosting a stitch along with this. I'll be honest, I only worked on it one day because other things were calling my name, and this is where I'm at. So I have NOPQRNS, reading backwards is hard, and I'm stitching this on a 32 count raw silver linen from Zweigart with all of the called for DMC. Yep, all the called for DMC. So I need to get back to that. That will be beautiful when it's finished. Next up, I have Harvest Moon by Anabella Folk Art. And I am stitching this on a 20 count aida from Atomic Ranch called Mellow Stone. And here is where I'm at. I've done all the white and the gray on the house, the roof, and the widow's walk on top of the roof, the chimneys, a little bit of the brick on the bottom, and I'm starting to fill in the house. Now on the house, I am using wavy navy instead of the called for colors. So I'm kind of using my own color conversion for this. Most of it is similar to the original, just not exact. And this is the one that was calling my name the day that we started the Winterfolk style. And even though it's an autumn piece, I kind of want to still keep this out and keep plugging away at it. It's actually a big chart. It looks small on the picture, but it's a pretty decent sized chart. Okay, I have one more cross stitch project that is a whip, was a whip. I had started it once on a 14 count opalescent aida that I dyed myself. And I decided to switch up the fabric. So this is Oh Holy Night by Emily Call Stitching. And I want to restart this in the same colors on a 20 count Atomic Ranch Aida in the color Moonstone. It's a very pretty blue, like a mottled blue, and it'll be a smaller scale, and I think it'll look really nice. So I want to get that done soon, or work on that soon. That is all for whips and cross stitch finishes. So let me rearrange a bit and then we'll talk about some haul. I have quite a lot of haul. Okay, I have all my haul here. And you got to remember, this is like a month and a half's worth of haul. So this didn't come in all at once. I have signed up quite a while ago, actually, for the Atomic Ranch Fabric of the Month from the Crafty Grimalkin. There's the card. So I don't know what months they were, but this is Moonstone. And then just yesterday, I got in Nutmeg. Very pretty, like purpley brown. It's definitely showing up on the camera as way lighter than it is in real life. Definitely showing up lighter. But it is a very pretty brown. And I think there's more in here, but we're just going to go from the top down. I ordered some floss from Pirate Robin Designs. Some of it for a chart that I want to do next year. So I ordered 2 skeins of Glacier. Look at how pretty this is and how variegated. I love it. Then there's Autumn Harvest. So we've got browns and reds and golds. I mean, this just looks like an autumn forest hillside. And then, I don't know how to pronounce this, Nasturtium. I'm going to show you the label because I don't know how to pronounce it. But this is yellows, golds, orange, pink, brown, purple. So I could see this as being a more vibrant autumn forest. I apologize for the crinkle. Next up is from Color and Cotton. They had a special going on called the Magic of Winter. And I ordered the finishing bundle, which comes with rickrack trim, some ribbon, fabric, and some dyed velvet for finishing. I ordered the thread pack with all of their beautiful threads. I did go ahead and get their Magic of Winter chart, because look at how cute and sweet that is. I just love it. That's a Christmassy one. I'd love to stitch it this year, but I don't think I'm going to have the time. I ordered some 18 count fabric in the color Aruba Soft and some 20 count in North Pole. So that was all from Color and Cotton. Next up is, I think this was a pre-order from Anabella's maybe? I don't know. Summer Swan by Brenda Gervais. Gather Moments by Hands On Design. Gather Pine Cones by Hands On Design. Christmas Swan by Brenda Gervais. Peace and Goodwill by Brenda Gervais. I would love to get this kitted up and start it soon. I might have to leave it out and do that because it is just too pretty. Then we have Let It Snow by Brenda Gervais. So I'm thinking this is going to be a winter start next year. And then I also got the ornament box from Chantel's 141 Design Company, and this year they did ornaments that come along with patterns. I'm sure you've probably already seen this stuff, but we will go through it. So there's the sled with the sled pattern from Robin Pickens, and those cute little mittens. We have Home for the Holiday by Hands On Design with the round ornament. We have Peaceful Snowman by Annie B's Folk Art with the tag that it goes on. Frosty Bull by Teresa Kogut and the tag that it goes on. And Plum Street Samplers All Is Calm and the tag that it goes on. I just stuck it in the envelope. I might actually do that with the other ones that have an envelope. Most of them don't. So I'll have to find some envelopes because I want to keep the tag with it. And then in that box, we also received some Lady Dot Creates Snow Pom Pom Trim, 2 colors of DMC, and some stickers. And it all came in this lovely little green burlap bag. I might save that little bag to use to wrap Christmas presents with. I'll tuck all of this back into this box before we move on to the next one. I was shopping at Aldi this week and came across a cute little punch needle ornament kit. I don't currently do punch needle, but I thought it would be fun to try out, and for less than $5, why not? This comes with yarn. Yeah, yarn and then the needle puncher. And it's probably not the best stuff because it's from Aldi, but it's a fun way to try it out. Next, I ordered a few finishing boards from Chantel's 141 Design Company. So I got the Perpetual Paddle set for the Hands On Design pine cone, gathering pine cones. And I have several of the other charts, like the Gathering Butterflies, and not all of them, but several of them. I got the Bender board. I think this is the smaller one. This is the bobbin one, because I have something fun I want to design for that next year. Oh, and I got the large Bender board. That's also a bobbin one. So those will be fun for finishing. Next, I ordered some yarn from Ruby and Roses because I couldn't resist. I will pause and open these so you don't have to deal with the crinkle. Okay, the crinkle is gone. So I ordered 2 sock sets from Ruby and Roses. This one is called O Tannenbaum and Persian. Reading upside down is hard. Pretty turquoise and greens and pinks. And then I also ordered the Mistletoe Mixer and Glitzy because I want to knit some socks and I couldn't resist. And they're so pretty. I love all the hand-dyed yarn. All right, next up is the Primrose Cottage Sip and Stitch box. So I don't know if, I mean, it's obviously safe to share because there's no way that people haven't gotten their box yet. But I just want to share with you what was in here. So first, we should talk about the mug. It says Warm Winter Stitches, Primrose Cottage, and this is like a soup bowl mug. It is ginormous and a pretty red. I love it. It included a snowman enamel needle minder. Then we also have mine didn't stay on the cardboard, but these are little, they've got lobster clasps on them, so you could hook it to a project bag or something. Candy canes, 25, and then a cardinal. So cute. This, I definitely want to stitch. There's so many things that I want to stitch right now. I can't stitch them all at once. But this is Home for the Holidays by Primrose Cottage. I need like a week off where I can just sit and stitch and do nothing else. Then maybe I could stitch all the things. But we know that that's not going to happen. Some adorable Christmas stickers that match the charts. A chart for the Warm Winter Stitches. Okay, I'm going to cover it up because it's just a chart with a little digitally stitched image. But look at that. It's the same chart as what's on the mug, but in color. So cute. There are 4 different recipe cards in here, and like ones with actual recipes written on them, not just ones that you can fill in. So there's white chicken chili, hot cocoa, loaded baked potato soup, and hot wassail punch. Sounds delicious. Then there's also the little cup of cheer pattern. So cute. The called for DMC floss. And then finishing kit for Home for the Holidays and Cup of Cheer. So it comes with 3 fabrics, some felt, and some white rickrack. I mean, pop in a needle and you got the whole kit right here. Okay, So that is most of my haul. I'm going to pause and regroup and come right back. Okay, just a couple more pieces of haul, and then we'll do a little bit of a shop update. I have a couple of giveaways, and then I'll go into knit, crochet, and quilting. If you've seen the recent Nicole Spohr Flosstube video, not her Vlogmas, I think this was a regular Flosstube video, and Chantel's 141 Design Company Flosstube, they have started storing their whips in some clear hanging pouches that hang from like a clothes rod in a closet, so they can see their whips and not have to spend hours hunting through project bags. I have had this problem like 3 times within the last couple of weeks, where I know I have a whip, but I don't know what bag it's in. And most of my bags have more than one project in them that I haven't touched in quite a while. I want to switch those over to these size A4 clear envelopes. Now, I'm not doing the hanging ones because I don't have a curtain rod in my closet that I can hang them on. Or if I do, it would be in the way. So I'm going to do them in file folders and either stick them in a bin or a drawer. But that way I can just flip through them. The chart will be visible from the front. These I got on Amazon. They have Velcro. And they even have a little replaceable note card that I could write the name of it on there if I wanted to. But since I'll have the chart right in the front, I won't need to do that. Yeah, so I want to switch most of my whips that I'm not actively working on to these, and then I can get rid of the project bags that I don't like, these cheapy plastic Amazon project bags that I don't want to keep anymore. I can finally get rid of those and hopefully find my charts faster. So I will link those that I found on Amazon in the description box below. Next up, I'm going to share my 12 days of Stitchmas from Tiger Lily Designs. If you have not started opening your Advent yet, you will want to skip ahead so your surprise isn't ruined. So what I love about how Carrie has presented this year is everything is wrapped in either bags with these reusable ornament tags, and they're held on by knitting stitch markers, those little bulb safety pins, so I can definitely use more stitch markers. And then there's some that are wrapped up in fabric, and in one of her recent videos she says that there's enough fabric in here to make some of her small bags. Making sure I'm covering up stuff. Some of her small bags, and there's a link that I'm covering up to the pattern for that. So that's pretty exciting. Also, last year the keeper was what you opened on day 12. This year the keeper is what you opened on day 1. And here is the keeper. So from a distance, the pattern looks pretty wild and crazy, but if you look up close, it's these beautiful pink angels and flowers. It's so pretty. And then on the inside, we have nutcrackers and more florals and another version of a floral in the back. Now I don't remember what order these were in. Today's the 6th? Is today the 6th? I don't know. Yes. Yes, today's the 6th. So we have some Red O'Rick and Luteus Green. These are silks, and they look like they're Vicky Clayton silks. There is a booklet that includes information on all of the shop owners. Okay, I hadn't opened it up yet because I didn't want to ruin my surprise. But day 2 is beautiful colored hand-dyed spools of silk floss from Vicki Clayton and hand-dyed fibers in this pretty red and green. Day 3, we received the MC sampler pattern from Antique Needleworkers, from Shelley at Antique Needleworkers. And this is exclusive to the box until Nashville Needlework Market next year. Such a simple and pretty Christmassy sampler. Day 4, we received a handmade polymer clay needle minder from the mother and daughter business Watch Me Bloom. It's a pretty Christmas tree with different pinks. Day 5 is a package of thread hearts from Adam Hart. I haven't actually opened them yet. It comes with a thread ring, and here's what the thread hearts look like. And it even came with some little sticker labels so you can write your floss color on it and stick it on the floss ring. And today we opened up floss from Forbidden Fiber Co. So here are all of the colors. A very, very vibrant pink, a more dusty rose pink, aqua, and green. So here we have Kiss Her Once for Me, Cup of Cheer, There'll Be Snow, and Oh Ho the Mistletoe. Such pretty, pretty floss colors. So I'm going to tuck all of these things for now into my project keeper. And pop it back into the box to save it for tomorrow to see what days 7 through 12 hold. Next up is a quick shop update. I will no longer be releasing project bags on both the 1st and the 15th. I'm going to move to be releasing them on only the 1st of the month. I have a handful more collections of fabric where I'll be making sets of bags, like 10 of the same one or 8 of the same one, depending on the size of the bag. And then after that, I plan to only be making bags from my scraps that when they are released, they are ready to ship. What you see is what you get. They will most likely only be 1 or 2 of a kind. And that's what I have is what I have. The reason being for that is because for the last 3 years, between doing work for Starlight Stitching Co. and my part-time day job and homeschooling, that's like a 12-hour workday. And that doesn't even count like doing household chores or anything else. And I'm tired. I'm tired. So we're going to be backing off of the project bags a little more. And probably eventually coming to a stop. I mean, the economy's been hard on everyone, which I completely understand, and believe me, I feel it myself. So that is one thing that is going to be moving more towards the wayside. So at some point next year, I'll be done making any form of bag. I'll probably still accept the occasional like custom order. Like if you want to pick your fabric and send it to me and I'll make 1 or 2. but unless something amazing, like an amazing fabric line comes out and it's a once in a while release, I probably won't be doing project bags on the regular. I want to spend a little bit more time working on designing and getting new cross stitch patterns out, maybe even some more new sewing patterns. I do have ideas that I just haven't had the time to work on. So that is one big change that you'll see coming up with Starlight Stitching Co. To be a little bit more pattern focused and less project bag focused. So, man, I feel a little sad getting that out there. I am truly thankful for each and every sale that I have gotten from my shop, but unfortunately it's not enough to completely replace my regular day job. Not consistent enough for me to feel comfortable doing that. Probably just because I'm not such a fabulous risk taker or big idea type person that can take something small and make it something absolutely amazing. But yeah, so that's where we're gonna go. Be a little bit more pattern focused, a little bit less time required, and not have such a jam-packed schedule. So thank you so much if you have ordered. And yeah, just be on the lookout for those changes. Okay, let's do some giveaways. In previous episodes, I've had giveaways, but no one has claimed the prize. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 giveaways. Five giveaways today. The first is going to be the autumn issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. This is the one that included my lakeside camping chart, as well as many other absolutely stunning charts. So this will be the first prize. For giveaways, please be 18. Please be in the US because I have no idea what's going on with international postage right now. There's like a strike in Canada, and then Europe is not Europe or UK is not accepting, so I don't know. So please be in the US. Shipping's expensive anyway, especially international. If you would like to win the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, please use the word magazine in your comment. Please don't say free or giveaway in the comments or anything. We don't want to invite the trolls in. Then I have the Summer Folk and Autumn Folk patterns that I apparently loved so much I bought them twice. If you would like these, please use folk in your comment. Then for my new Biscornu pattern, I will choose 2 winners to get a free PDF. And for that, let's use Whimsy. W-H-I-M-S-Y, Whimsy, in your comment for 2 chances to get this pattern for free. I love it so much. Then I have 2 Pass the Stash items. First is Autumn Quaker by Primrose Cottage Stitches. So this is the chart that I used. It's, other than being banged up on the corner a little bit, it's still in good shape. So for this, let's use the code word autumn. And then I have the, hold on, let me check to see that everything's in here first. Yep, sure is. I have the Snow Magical pattern by Brenda Gervais. I shared that as a finish last time, so this will be a Pass the Stash. There's like some stickers on the envelope, but the pattern itself is good. And it also includes the template to trace around for the circle finish. That is in there as well. So if you'd like to win this, please use the word snow in your comment. And because I can't manage to consistently get on videos, in case I don't do a video in 2 weeks, so before Christmas, I might choose winners and post them to the, is it the community tab in YouTube? I'll have to look that up. So I might do that. That way I can actually notify the winners instead of requiring you to watch the next video that who knows when it will be up. I will try to do another video in 2 weeks. Okay, let's dive into some yarny projects. Yarn and quilting. The first one is this pattern. It's the Musselburgh hat by Isolde Teague. I had shared that I was working on knitting this as a Christmas present using some leftover DK weight yarn, Malabrigo Arroyo yarn in the color Escoria. And I was able to finish it when we went to Branson recently. I had planned to make it two-sided, so one side was one color and one side was another color. But I guess I was just knitting in the car along the way, and before I knew it, I was at the finishing round. So I didn't think I would have enough yarn to do a whole nother hat, but since this version didn't have the cuff, the fold over brim, it was shorter, so I actually still have yarn left over. So the yarn in the other color, Cirrus, that I was planning to use, I can use to make another matching hat. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to get that done before Christmas, though. That might have to be a later project. But the one I plan on making for Christmas is done. Yay! Knitting finish. Okay. But wait, there's more. I have also started the California sweater by Leslie Forrester Howard. And I am using Knit Picks palette in the color Cotton Candy and Knit Picks Aloft in the color P871. And I'm holding these two together. The last time I shared this, I think I just shared a swatch. And here's where I'm at. This is a bit of a different knitting construction for me. So you do the back panel in a large rectangle. I've got my markers there so I can count my rows. And then you pick up, so these are still live stitches on a cable that I've put stoppers on. And then I've got picked up at the shoulder and I've started working on the shoulder. And then it decreases down and you join at the neckline and probably under the arms and then start knitting round and round. So a new style of construction. I absolutely love how the yarn looks together. The palette is 100% Peruvian Highland wool. So this is definitely a hand wash dry flat item. And the Aloft is a Super Kid mohair and silk. But it feels oh so soft, and even though, because it's worked on a large needle, it's quite an open weave, like you can actually see through the stitches, but when I just like lay it on my arm, I can feel how soft and warm and fuzzy it is. So I'm really looking forward to having this in my wardrobe sometime in the future. In my bag that I made with some scraps of fabric. And then next I will have to put a picture on the screen, but this is going to be a blue sky cardie for my niece. And I'm using the Lion brand Big Scoop of Love. It's 100% acrylic yarn, but I mean, this is for a kid's sweater. It's going to be washed 20 million times. It's a 3-weight in the color Black Cherry. So here is my ginormous ball of yarn. You can see that it's all in purples and pinks. And this is a granny square style cardigan. So I've started in the center back, and it alternates with this solid rounds and then fillet rounds, solid, 2 solid rounds, 2 fillet rounds, 2 solid rounds, and grows. And it will turn into a sweet, adorable cardigan. I made one of these for my daughter when she was about 2 or 3, and now she's 7, and it just recently quit fitting her. So I'm going to make a smaller size for my niece, and then I have another ball of the same yarn in greens and pinks that I'm going to do for my daughter. I had hoped to have this done as a Christmas present. I don't know if that's going to happen. It might end up being a birthday present for her next year, but we'll see. I'll try to get it done. It's high on the priority list. Last thing is quilting, and it's over there. Hold on. Ta-da! Do you recognize it? This is my purple block for my Grumpy Susan quilt along with Antique Needleworkers and Tiger Lily Designs. So it's all English paper pieced hexies that are hand sewn together. Since I have brought this up in my craft room and started working on it during the times where I have nothing to do during school time, I have been able to get so much done. So here's my completed purple flower. And for the white, I'm using a variety of low volume fabrics. And like 95% of the fabric for this was cut from my stash or scraps. And then I almost have all of the pinks. I just have, what? I have to finish sewing on this piece. It's only got half a side sewn on right now. But then I will have a pink flower, the pink center done, and I can start adding the low volume border around it. So lots of progress on that. Hopefully you'll keep seeing updates of this through every video. I still don't have a solution for storage on that though. So who knows? We'll see. Anyway, that is all that I have to share with you. So much in such a short amount of time. Wow, we are over an hour. It's been a long time since that has happened. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. And yeah, that's all I've got. So see you next time. Bye.